They say Thailand is the land of smiles, and it is, right up until you try to say no to something. Then suddenly you are the foreigner with no heart, no culture, and no idea how things work around here. Welcome to rural Thailand, where helping out can slowly turn into paying for everything forever. I am not here to rant, well, maybe just a little, but if you are a fellow expat, a husband to a lovely Thai lady, or just someone who has been guilt-tripped into building one too many chicken coops for your brother-in-law, then pour yourself a stiff one and settle in. This is the tale of how I learned to say no without triggering a family coup or causing a local scandal. The early days of yes. Like many, I arrived in Thailand with good intentions, money saved in the bank, and a slightly inflated sense of control. I married a wonderful woman, kind and patient, the kind of woman who says, "Do not worry, we will just help a little." A little quickly became, "Can we just help build a house for my brother? Can we just pay for the land? Can we just cover the wedding? Can we just buy the tractor? Can you just pay for the dog's funeral and the uncle's teeth?" Suddenly, I was not a husband. I was an ATM with legs. The slippery slope to becoming a doormat. You try to be understanding. You tell yourself, it is different here. Besides, it is. There is poverty, pride and family loyalty, which runs deep. However, let me tell you that well of compassion runs dry faster than a monsoon puddle in April when you see the same blokes who beg for rice money turn around and spend it on beer and lottery tickets. I once offered to pay for school uniforms. Instead, the money went to a sacred buffalo blessing and an afternoon drinking at a wedding, and I was not invited to attend. That was the day I realised I was not being generous, I was being played like a cheap flute. The art of the Thai ask. Here is what they do not tell you in those cheerful Thailand expat forums. The ask is never really an ask. It is a gentle suggestion, whispered in front of others so you will lose face if you decline. It is dressed up in phrases like, "If it is not too much trouble, only if you have, just this one time," then God forbid you say no. Suddenly you are a stingy, selfish and not understanding Thai culture. One cousin even called me emotionally Western, which I suppose is the polite way of saying cold-hearted bastard. The breakdown before the breakthrough. I snapped one day, not loudly, just internally. I was watching someone I had bowed out of debt for the third time light a cigarette they could not afford while leaning on a motorbike I had paid for and asking if I could just help a little more. That was it. I did not yell. I did not write a manifesto. I just muttered enough and walked away. My wife gave me that look. If you are married to a Thai woman, then you know the look. It is a look that says you'll just ruin the family harmony and probably the rice harvest too. Learning the grumpy way to say no. Saying no in rural Thailand takes skill. You cannot just blurt it out like a Yorkshireman in the pub. You need subtlety, strategy and sometimes distraction techniques. Here is what worked for me. Let us wait until next month. A soft no. Delay is the Thai version of refusal. Half the time they forget. I will think about it. Buys time. Bonus, you look wise. That is up to my wife. Classic pass the buck move. Very effective. We have to save for a hospital visit. Nobody argues with health. I am retired, not rich. My personal motto. should be on a t-shirt. Over time, they stopped asking for everything. Not because I turned into a local legend of discipline, but because they finally realised that Farang is not a walking wallet. He is just a grumpy, careful and occasionally skint old man. Respect through resistance. Something funny happens when you start saying no. You earn respect, slowly, painfully, awkwardly. Nevertheless it comes. People test your boundaries and then back off. They gossip, grumble, give you sideways looks, but they adapt. One cousin even said, "He's firm but fair," which is probably the nicest thing anyone has ever said about me and Isaan. Now, when I say yes, they know it means something. It is not guilt or obligation, it is choice. That, my friends, is freedom. My final thoughts. If you are new here or knee deep in family requests and feeling like you have adopted a small village, listen to me. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to have boundaries. You are not a colonialist, a saviour or a bank. You are a bloke who came here for a better life, some peace and maybe a cold beer in the shade. Do not let well-meaning generosity turn into quiet resentment. Moreover, if anyone gives you opposition for saying no, just give him or her a smile, a while and walk away, and preferably before they ask to borrow your motorbike. Bye bye.